to Daily Flash. KSA Entertainment believes in helping our communities by turning a bright spotlight on awareness initiatives. September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and our next guests have decided to go public with their very personal story. Please welcome Dr. Amy Duffy and her daughter Maddie Duffy to Daily Flash. Good to see both of you. Thank you
so
for coming in.
Thank you.
This is a tough subject. It's not an easy one to discuss. Maddie, let me start with you. When did you first start having thoughts of suicide?
When I was 13, I started cutting myself and really strongly thinking about taking my own life. I never knew it was going to be as scary as it became until I was in the back of that cop car getting driven to the mental institution. I thought it would be like summer camp. This was no summer camp.
And as a mom, Amy, what's going through your mind in having this experience and watching your daughter being put into the back of a police car?
I mean, you can imagine how scary it was watching your 13-year-old daughter come to you for help and end up getting put in the car, you know, in the back of a police car, literally with a modern-day straitjacket. I am a physician, you know, I'm a doctor. I should have seen the signs. I should have known what was going on. And, you know, they're very subtle with teenagers. Things are a little bit nervous there or interesting. So you don't really know 100% until it, you know, it's right in your face.
You're right on the money there. The shoulda, coulda, woulda. You're a doctor. You should have seen the signs. You should have known. This is your daughter. It's a mother's intuition. Was there something that happened that sort of sparked your interest and said, something's not right?
Well, it was Christmas Day. We were sitting around the table playing Irishopoly, and we live in South Carolina, so it's warm. Maddie was in shorts, and I just noticed that she had cuts on the side of her leg. And she originally said they were the cat scratches or something, and I knew that wasn't quite right. So there was a little signs early, but then this experience of her getting a little bit worse. We talked about therapy. She tried a little bit, thought she was feeling better, and then, you know, suddenly came to me one Wednesday morning, 5 months later, having been up all night cutting herself with a razor that she deconstructed from the bathroom shower. So that was a very scary experience, and that led us to the hospital, which prompted the drive to the hospital mental institution in the back of a cop car.
And there maybe have been family dynamics come into play with mom and dad, is that right?
So we actually let her know that day on Christmas Day when we found out that she was cutting through that conversation that we were actually going forward with a divorce. So we were definitely having a stressful time. She's number 2 out of 4 girls, so you know, we had a busy life and a busy household. So you know, definitely for me, having the mom guilt of being, you know, blindsided a little bit, but also just caught up in my own stuff and not really being able to recognize what was going on.
And Maddie, why did you not feel comfortable going to your parents or even your siblings for help to say, hey, I'm not feeling quite right now?
I don't know. It was 7th, 8th grade, so everyone else was doing it too.
Okay, so there's social pressure.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I was following the cliche, not so much with the cutting, but like kind of acting sad, posting sad stuff on my Snapchat story, kind of all hit all at once, and just following.
And did you
social,
feed off of that? You know, because I think a lot of times people go to social media if they're feeling sorry for themselves because they want attention. Was that kind of what you were doing?
Definitely. I was feeding off of all the other negative that I was making myself.
Which made it even worse,
Made
right?
it even worse.
You've created a list of questions, a quiz for parents, and we've got some of them. We want you to walk us through a few of these signs. The first one, you've got sudden loss of interest. If you notice your child has got a sudden loss of interest in something they love, that could be a sign.
Yeah, well, I lost all motivation to do anything, whether it was school, youth group, sports, even just hanging out with my friends. I didn't want to do it.
And that's a big sign. You also say social withdrawal.
Yeah, so in the same boat, I noticed Maddie staying in her room a lot, not really wanting to be part of the family events. You know, we're having dinner, do you want to come up? Wearing your hoodie all the time. And again, we see these. These are signs that you see all the time. Always on your phone, headphones, just really isolating yourself from the world.
Yeah, and just entrenched in a social media world, which is not healthy altogether. Changes in sleep patterns. Were you not sleeping?
No, I was not sleeping.
Really?
Yeah, I was staying up from 1 or 2, even 3 o'clock in the morning, just on my phone doing nothing, and then I got my phone taken at night, still stayed up just doing nothing, and would find myself falling asleep in class almost every single day.
Wow. Okay, loss of appetite or change in eating habits.
Yeah, so I noticed, number 1, all the kids took their lunch to school and Maddie stopped taking her lunchbox. She didn't want to do that. I don't know if it was lack of appetite or just it wasn't cool to have a lunchbox in middle school. But we'd have breakfast ready in the morning and she just, I'm not hungry all the time, not hungry.
Gosh, and you've also got a couple of other ones on the list. Decline in academic performance and loss of interest in personal hygiene.
Yeah, I was a straight A student in the 7th grade. And
Maddie, really?
and in my 8th grade year with 3 C's and a super low B.
Wow. Okay, what's the message you want people to take away from your book, Why Can't She See Me?
But really just for people to recognize that this is not uncommon. And like you heard, a lot of kids are going through that, and that seems to be the cool thing to do. But really reaching out for help, talking to a friend, another adult, a parent if you can. Once I knew what was going on with Maddie, then we could move forward and really get her the help so she doesn't have to experience what she went through. And, if we can just one life that we could change, preferably save, then that's really what our goal is.
AmyDuffyMD.com is the website for more information. Ladies, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.